Hi everyone, welcome back to Plan, Travel, Eat, and Repeat. If it's your first time here, thanks for stopping by. If you are a return viewer, thank you so much. I appreciate that. We both do. My name is Nicky. This is my wonderful wife, Mitzi. And on today's video, we are going to give you the whole insight to the Voco Resort in Quang Binh, Dong Hoi, Vietnam.
It's been an experience. It's been great. The difference for us this time, we are here for over a month. And normally when we slow travel somewhere for that long, we typically stay in Airbnbs because sometimes you get a discount or whatever. And so this was our first time not only traveling in hotels, but for this long. And we kind of did it because Nicky got a IHG credit card with a bonus, so we thought we would give this a try for the first time.
Now, if you're going to take me out of the kitchen for over a month, because this is the longest I've not been in a kitchen probably in my life, where I haven't cooked something or had my finger in the soup pot for something.
And I have missed it.
Oh, and I've missed it too.
When you come in the lobby and it opens up to this green space that has all this lush greenery that actually opens up down below, which is the spa, and there's almost like a sunning deck with the reflection pond up top on the roof, and the view out to the beach is just immaculate. I mean, you can't go to this resort and get a bad view. You just can't.
No, you're not going to have a bad view.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. But like she said, I got this IHG credit card. And the credit card that they have, we decided, hey, let's play this point system and see how it works. And they had a sale on points where you could get 100% bonus on the points, which was really nice. And then before they came here, hey, if you buy a few more points, we'll make you a diamond member, which means you automatically get upgraded. And it has been a real treat to get upgraded and to be treated like a diamond member, because I don't feel like I'm a diamond person.
We've never had status anywhere.
No, but it's been really cool. And we're going to talk to you about this place. And we're going to start out. What do you want to start out with?
Well, I think maybe the room, because we got a free upgrade because of his diamond status.
Yeah, now this room is 1,300 square feet. And what happened was when we booked it, when you're booking something like this, you get, when you have this credit card, you get the fourth night free. So if you're going to stay 3 nights, just stay the fourth night in 4-night increments. So if you stay 8 nights, 4 nights, 12 nights, whatever it is, the fourth night is free. So when you get the credit card and you go onto the IHG website and you sign up and you're searching for different places, you'll see that there's a big discount on the points when you start searching once you log in. Now, we were going to go to Da Nang. We had planned, let's go to Da Nang and check it out. And but then we waited way too long. I mean, we had like no time left, and we started searching, well, where could we go? And we searched this area and we found this resort, and hey, is this area safe? And it's one of the safest areas, maybe the safest area in Vietnam. So as we start to tell you about this room being 1,300 square feet, it's really something.
Now, like you said, this is not the room we booked. When we were booking on points through this bonus we just booked the cheapest room. We are here in an extremely slow season, especially for the first half of our trip. So we knew that the odds of getting upgraded automatically since he'd gotten that diamond status was quite high. So we just booked the cheapest room, then got a confirmation that they had upgraded us to basically a 1-bedroom apartment is what most Americans would call this. Like he said, just over 1,300 square foot. And I know he'll be showing some footage of the room. So let's tell him a little bit about, the room here.
Okay, definitely. So 1,300 square feet. When you walk in, there are a lot of cabinets there that we stored our suitcases in. We had our all kind of stuff in there. We'd store some groceries if we'd go buy some groceries in there. There's a coffee maker there. There's a hot water kettle.
There is some stuff. There's a fridge. They've got a small little mini bar selection of drinks if you do want to use them, and they just add it to your bill.
Now, in after you walk from the door into the dining room, there's a table here with 4 chairs, and it's connected to a living room, and the living room has its own TV. It's got a couch, a chair there. It's pretty comfortable. The TV is not a smart TV, or is it? Would you consider that smart?
Well, I think it technically is because it has apps on it. But as an American, the only app that's really loaded on it is YouTube, and you cannot screen mirror to it. So we kind of thought, okay, no big deal. There's only a couple channels in English. We'll just we'll pull up Netflix or Amazon Prime on our computer or phone and mirror it to the TV. But you could not do that here because the TV, I do not believe, is actually hooked to Wi-Fi, which you kind of need to screen mirror. But they had a nice outdoor channel that we watched in English. We could see the Olympics, although it was in Vietnamese. We did watch the Olympics.
Oh, yeah.
And they do have HBO, so you could watch that as well. And they also have a Asian news channel that's in English. Yeah. So, I mean, most people are going to be hanging out the rest of this resort, which we'll show you in a bit.
Yeah.
But it's doable, but just so you know.
So in the living room, in the dining room, through the whole place, we have Wi-Fi. It's okay Wi-Fi. It's kind of hit or miss. Sometimes it's really good. Sometimes it's slow. Sometimes it doesn't work. But if you communicate with them, they'll work with you to get the Wi-Fi to work.
Yeah. I mean, it works. I mean, it's not that it hasn't worked. But if you do speed tests, if anyone's coming here for business or something, you're lucky to get 10, 15, maybe at tops, we got 30 for a speed. So if you had 2 phones and 2 computers running, it was not going to keep up. But we could keep in touch with our family. I could use WhatsApp video to call people, no problem. But if you're trying to do heavy stuff or uploading videos or stuff like that, it might be a challenge.
Yeah. And let me tell them one more thing before we finish the room, because in all the rooms in here, in the living room and the dining room, and we'd always want to plug different things in. And we normally travel with a little travel adapter that's good it's all over the world. I mean, it's just one little travel adapter. It's got all the plugs in it. But here we didn't need it because we could plug an American plug in here. You could plug a European plug in. You could plug just about all the plugs in here. Their outlets are great.
The plate on the wall actually has a universal plug on it, on every one of them. And then a few of them do have a USB-C and a USB-A on the side of it too. So you don't even actually need the plug. So.
Okay, let's just tell them really, this room, it's not a joke. This room is nice. We are spoiled rotten. I don't know if I've stayed in a hotel room that's a fifth this size. So this is wonderful. It's so big that the bedroom is nice. It has its own
TV. The best
TV.
2 parts we haven't even brought up because we only made it to the dining room.
Yeah.
So we have our own pool on the patio or balcony here. We are here in winter, so it's only in the low 70s. So it's not heated, so it's a little bit chilly to hang out in now. But man, if I came back in the summer, I'd be in that thing every day. It's just for us. It's on our balcony. There's 2 chairs on one end of it that open up. The doors open from the living room to that side of the pool. And then when you go in the bedroom, which is ginormous, there's also sliding glass doors that go out to the pool from that side. So there's a total of 4 sitting chairs out there. And then the bedroom.
Oh,
giant king bed.
Giant.
Air conditioning that will cool it down as cold as you want to sleep at night.
One of the best features of this whole place is if you like to sleep when it's snowing in the room, that's what it's like. I mean, we turn that air conditioner down and it gets cold and it works fast. 5 minutes, this place is cold. And if it was hot during the day, they have these giant shades that you can close the whole way across, or you can open them up the whole way across the back of the place and have light come through. Wonderful.
Then the bathroom is connected to the bedroom. It has like farm style sliding doors, and those sliding doors actually cover two closets when they're open during the day. And so that's your closet space. And then once you're in the bathroom, we actually had double sinks, one on each side of the mirror, basically. And then on one side of the bathroom was the toilet with a privacy door, and on the other side is the shower with its privacy door, of course. And then facing the windows out of the back of the bathroom was a ginormous boat shaped bathtub
Oh yeah.
with super hot water.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
And the amenities they give you in the bathroom, they give you bath salts, they give you loofah sponge for the bathtub. And then, if you forgot your Q-tips or your toothbrush, shower cap, that's all sitting in the bathroom for you. A very
Every
nice
day.
hair dryer.
Every day. They
I don't know about that.
they replenish our stuff.
Well, we were here a long time.
Yeah. Did you tell them there was a safe? Did you say there was a safe
in the closet?
drawer?
There is in the closet in the drawer. There's a safe. There's an ironing board. There's a beach bag. There's 2 umbrellas.
Yeah,
nice.
There's a lot of stuff here. Something else that you may want to consider if you have kids. There is a swimming pool here, and the sliding doors, they have a lock at the top. So your kids can't just open the door and go out and get in the swimming pool in the morning. They'd have to reach up to get that lock. It's up about this
pretty high.
What's it, 6, 7 feet?
No.
So
6 feet maybe.
And something else that you may want to take into consideration is it does get a little bit noisy here, depending on how many people are staying and what's going on around here. If the walls aren't real thick, can get a little bit noisy. We had a few days where it would, it'd bother us, but for the most part, wasn't an issue. But just thought you'd want to know.
And the stuff that was repetitive, let's say, like our pool filter would come on at like 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning. So, it would kind of sometimes gurgle and whatever. But if you talk to them, they're going to attempt to try to fix it for you for sure. They're good about that. So I did forget to tell people who are here a long time, the hotel does offer laundry service as well. There's a little piece of paper with the prices and everything if you do need to get your clothes done. So it's probably super quick. I'm sure they bring it same day. But if you don't want to use the laundry at the resort, you can also get it done off property as well. And maybe I'll talk about that when we talk about the staff later.
Now, let's talk about the food. Because we got upgraded and I got this status, we got free breakfast every day. And if you don't get free breakfast or whatever, I guess maybe they'll have different deals and maybe it changes. I don't know. So you would want to check it out. The breakfast seems to be a big thing for everybody here. And everybody shows up for breakfast, however many people are staying there. It goes from 6:30 in the morning until 10:30. And most times when it's really busy or even half busy, they have a buffet with all different options on that buffet. And if it's not a buffet and it's very slow, because we were here in January, February, and there were some really slow times. And when it was slow, if I was the chef here too, I wouldn't set up a whole buffet for just a few people. So they had a menu, and basically you tell them whatever you want, and they would, they were great about cooking, whatever you'd want off that menu.
You just order a la carte off the menu.
Yeah, a la carte. Yeah. But the buffet, why don't you tell them a little bit about the buffet?
It's large. It is mostly different styles of Vietnamese cuisine, but there's so many options. You can definitely find something. So when you first walk in, you look straight on to basically the pastry section. They always had some bread pudding, some pancakes. They have a toaster there with different varieties of bread. They have like a little jam station right there as well on the left. And then on the right, they have 3 or 4, maybe 5 different pre-made little salads. And they actually have a salad bar where you can make your own in a little wooden bowl and toss it together. So they had a bunch of little ingredients. You could toss your own little salad. They also have a bunch of nuts lined up there and some herbs that you would use in some of the Vietnamese cuisine that you would make your own little salad of. And then they have a hot section of about 10 little cute chafing dishes you'll see on our video. And it would change, those 10 things would basically change daily, but all kind of a little bit similar. So you always had a steamed rice, and you always had some style of fried rice, and you always had some form of noodle, and then some form of stir fried, either vegetables or tofu or mixed vegetable with tofu. They always had local cake, which is their local cuisine that is wrapped in a banana leaf, and a few other things.
Baked beans.
Baked beans
baked
every day. Baked beans every day,
day.
because they do have what they would probably call a foreigner or Western section. So they had the baked beans on the hot, but then they also always had boiled eggs, bacon, sausage links, and boiled or broiled potatoes or tomatoes, and then some little hash brown. Today they actually had for the first time a like stir fried potato with honey, but they normally have a little hash brown there. So that's there, and then they always have a one or two style of soups or noodles. So pho every morning, whether it's pho with chicken or pho with beef or pho with pork.
And they make it to order.
Yeah, they make that to order. It's at a station. So you just say you want pho, and they do the noodles, they do the broth, they put the meat, and then they have a little section in front where there's basil and bean sprouts and all the things you would put. But they usually had two varieties of soups there with two different, like you might have the specialty soup from a town called Way, and then they'd have the pho, so that station. And then they had an egg station, and they would pretty much do whatever you wanted to with your egg, whether it's scrambled, fried, or make an omelet. They had some different ingredients there. And then they also always at that station had more of a local called chung cake, and it's a sticky rice stuffed with mung bean or stuffed with pork, and it was cubed up there. And it's actually pretty delicious. You should try it. I prefer it like pan fried or fried than just, and it's, not raw form because it is cooked, but, just there by itself. So all that combined, ton of stuff. In the back behind the pastry section is a coffee machine where you can make a cappuccino or espresso or regular coffee. If you don't know how to do it, they're happy just to ask a staff member, hey, could I get a cappuccino? And they'll bring it to your table. And they always had fresh juice, usually two kinds of fresh juice. So it might be dragon fruit or watermelon or orange. And then they also had a cold refrigerator that they kept two kinds of either plain yogurt, and then they would have a yogurt with already fruit sitting on top. And they always had 3 or 4 varieties of fresh cut fruit in the fridge as well. And so there's plenty to choose from. You can mix and match if you want, just pastries one day, or if you want bacon and eggs the next day. You could definitely mix it up. We were here for a very long time, and so, we kind of would just, have whatever we wanted. But if you're only here for 2, 3, 4 days a week, like you could definitely change it up every day and still enjoy it.
And also at breakfast, when you're coming here, everything's included. Your beverage, it's not like, oh, you have to pay for your coffee. Once you pay one price, or if it's included, everything's included. So you should try different things. They don't eat at this hotel like Americans would eat. When you go out and you want hash browns and you want them smothered and covered and this and that. I mean, maybe you could ask them to make different things for you and have some fun with it. And they're willing to work with you if you want something. One day I wanted some eggs cooked with garlic and different things. Oh, the chef, whatever I wanted. It was no problem. It was really nice. But you should also try some of the different things that they have. And, they had a local cake here. And the first day I tasted the local cake, I'm like, I don't know, because it's steamed and it had some fish in it. And I'm like, what kind of cake? I'm thinking a sweet cake in the morning. But then a few days later, this lady came and she had something on her plate that I'd never seen before. Well, she had them fry this cake. And that cake fried was completely different. So we had said something to her, and, things may be lost in translation here or there, but all of a sudden here comes another plate and she's sharing her meal.
We're trying
it. Yeah. And also the Vietnamese coffee. If you see the Vietnamese coffee and you just go to drink it, I mean, it's some of the strongest coffee you're going to have in your life, but they don't drink it like that. So you should ask the wait staff, hey, what's their favorite way to have it? Maybe they mix it with some evaporated milk, or maybe they like it a certain way, and you might find some flavors that you really enjoy.
I didn't even know how to make one, so I had to investigate.
Yeah.
Because they have their style of coffee all set up next to the coffee machine. So, but if you don't know what those 5 things are that are sitting there and how to mix them up, but they love, I will tell you, everyone loves to share their favorite, their way. Oh, have you had this? So definitely, give it a try. If you don't like it, just leave it there and they'll take it
And
away.
they have a bar set up behind the coffee station for people also. They take orders if there's,
Yeah.
For the first while we were here, that's where all the coffee and things would come from. And then they got this coffee maker that makes all these different coffees like she's talking about. Now,
after breakfast, though, it is just a normal restaurant. And so they have a menu you would order off of, and they do serve, it's called Flamingo when it's not breakfast buffet.
Yeah.
And they do serve lunch and dinner. And they also do have room service here as well. And then that's from the menu. But especially we were here for Tet, which is their Lunar New Year. And we were here for Valentine's Day. And so they did have special set dinners for a set price, for set menu, for dinner time, several times while we were here, for different things. They have like a ladies' night on Friday night. So
the set dinner too, I talked to somebody that had the set dinner, and there is a variety of things on there. So you get a little bit of each thing. So it is a way to go through and taste a lot of the different creations that the chef has. But if you don't like everything on there, then maybe some of the other portions are a little bit small, but you're getting a whole variety of things that you get to taste, which is really cool. And if you are a member, because when we go to eat there, if you have this credit card deal, we would get 20% off of all the food that we got.
Any food at the resort.
Yeah.
So, so that's nice. And then
let me tell you one more thing about the dining area.
Yeah.
Because the dining area, it's like this room. When you sit outside in the morning.
That's what I was going to tell him.
Is that what you were going to tell
the dining area is, the back of it is all glass doors. And so it just opens up to this beautiful pool area.
When the weather, most days, the weather was beautiful here. And they would open the back doors a lot of those days. And we could sit outside or inside, outside under the awning. And what a view. Wasn't that beautiful?
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's so relaxing to sit there and eat and watch. We also would sometimes come down and just with our computers so that we could have a different scenery, because it does open up to the beach or the pool area, which then of course leads to a large green space that then goes down to the beach. And so let's talk about the pools then.
Wow. Those pools are beautiful. I mean, just to sit and look at the pools and look over them at the ocean, it's a beautiful view. I mean, it's just relaxing. They have plenty of seating the whole way around there. I never saw where.
No, they have one giant in-ground pool that's kind of the infinity technique, where it's just all kind of marble around it and the water just kind of pours over into a rock area. And they have two small circular pools up closer to the building where we were talking about the restaurant. And they have a bar area as well. But there's seating around all this stuff. I never could not find a seat if I needed to go have a seat by the pool. And so it's just really beautiful out there.
If you want to, a lot of people like to sit on the edge of the pool and put their feet in the water. If you do, it's an infinity pool the whole way around. So you will be sitting in water. Just a little bit, but you'll be sitting in water.
Yeah. And then the pool area leads to kind of a green space that buffers to the beach. And in that green space, I don't know if you'll be able to see it on any of the videos, but you'll see kind of what looks like a sand pit. What that is a little they got little nets, and you can like play some soccer out. The kids, I think, can play soccer and stuff out there. And then it does lead straight on to a beach down there.
And before we get to that beach and we go away from the swimming pool, let's talk about the bar area by the swimming pool, because there's a whole area, there's a whole bar that's set up out there. And sometimes they're playing music out there. Sometimes they have an ice cream cart out there. Certain nights, is it just certain nights that they have
what's
the
called
shish kebab?
Grill and chill.
Grill and chill.
It's around a happy hour type time. They will bring it out and set it up by the pool, and you can order some shish kebabs basically there by the pool.
Or if you want to just order regular food and have it, restaurant food, and have it delivered to
the
you.
Pool. Yeah.
It's a really comfortable area. I like that area.
Yeah,
for sure.
Nice. And there's umbrellas if it's super hot or you do want some shade while you sit out there. They're happy to put the umbrellas up for you.
And there's also an area right off the bar where if you come in from the beach and you want to wash your feet off from the sand, you can rinse your feet
There's
off.
two. Yeah, there's two of those. One on each side of the pool.
Let's talk about that beach.
That beach.
That beach.
The beach. We have a love-hate with the beach.
I love
the beach. Is beautiful.
I
the
love
beach,
it.
the water. Who would not want to look at the beach?
Beautiful.
Be in the sand.
Beautiful.
The sand is so soft. It's white. It's lovely. But
you just have to be careful if you're going to walk on the beach. And if you take kids on the beach, you have to make sure that they're going to wear shoes. You have to. There's too much stuff on that beach.
A lot of trash debris that washes up, unfortunately.
A lot of trash. There's broken glass. There's one day we saw these giant light bulbs. I don't know where.
They were huge.
Yes, these
I don't
giant,
know.
Yeah.
I don't know what they come out of, but it was the biggest light bulb I've ever seen.
But still, we might walk a few miles on that beach. We walked kind of close.
Beautiful.
It was gorgeous. And the beach here, I don't think I'd go swimming in there. I saw some people get in and out of there, but this is a fishing area. And when you go to the beach and you're walking, you're not only walking because you're walking on the beach, you're walking because you're going to see some things that you normally wouldn't see on the beaches in the United States or some other places around the world. One day we saw a guy, and he had taken a big inner tube and squeezed it together, and it was like,
oblong.
Yeah,
it was
like
oblong.
A banana almost.
He had roped it together so that it would be like a little boat.
And somehow he got on there, and he's got his fishing nets or whatever. They go out and they put these fishing nets the whole way down the beach, just out a little bit. And then I think boats come in later and check the fish. I never got to see them catch the fish or bring the fish in. I really wanted to see that.
So the beach is beautiful, but like Nikki said, there is a fair bit of trash. So, I mean, I would wear my shoes down there just in case. I ended up carrying them most of the time because you can find cleaner spots to walk in, but you do just have to mentally, you can't not pay attention because you will step on something.
Also, if you made it this far with us and you like what you see, give us a thumbs up, give us a comment, go back and forth with this. And we'd love to interact with you. If you have any questions or comments, if you have any concerns you'd like to talk about, and subscribe to our channel if you get a chance. We'd really appreciate it. Help us out, and hopefully we can help you out. But let's keep going with this resort because there's so much more for this resort.
Ladies,
gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen.
No, so in the same building area as the restaurant, just set back behind is a spa and salon. You can enter it from the sides of the building, or you could come through the restaurant if you wanted, but they do have their own entrance, one from each side of the main there's one big main building here that's the lobby, the spa, the salon, and the restaurant. So you enter from the sides. They do have what's called the salon in the spa area. I never saw anyone in there, but it is set up. It looks to be for like toes, pedicure, manicure, and maybe if you need a haircut. And there are some hair supplies there. So I think in their busier season, or if you did need one, maybe they just call them in to do it for you. So there's that area. And they have a full spa with many different options, just depending on how much time you have. They've got a 30-minute express massage, a 60-minute, a 90-minute, and they've got a couple different kinds. They've got one for, specific body parts or aromatherapy, or just feet. And they also offer some facials as well. And so it's a beautiful area. It's super clean.
They have a swimming pool.
They have a swimming pool that just, it's not deep like where you're going to swim laps or anything, but it's more to relax in. They've got, I think, like probably 12 to 14 private rooms that where they do their massages. And
if they have that IHG card,
if you do have the IHG credit card,
I'll put a link to it in the comments, but you get 25% off.
20%, I think, for regular members of IHG, and I think if you're Diamond,
is that what it is? You get 25%?
You get an additional 5%. So I went twice while we were here. The girl was very nice. They definitely want to please you and give you what you want, so just communicate with them about, she asked, too hard, too soft, so it's a beautiful, relaxing area, and it's very reasonable. compared to what we're used to paying in the United States of 120 up to 150, $200, depending on how fancy of a spa you're going to go to. And here it might be the most expensive thing might be $20 or $40. Like it's super reasonable. So
and that's for a long time.
Yeah, 60 or 90 minutes. Like definitely treat yourself while you're here. It'll be worth it. Maybe the weather's bad one day or something, or you're just tired. Pop in there and they'll give you a massage.
Now we're going back and forth here, but this next section, I'd like to say I visited the gym every day. I'd get up early in the morning. I got up like 5:30 and I'd go to the gym every day and work out. But I didn't. I went one day. I did a few things with some weights and I got on what's this belt thing called? I got on that belt and
I should have recorded him working out if this is what he calls working out, because
I sat on the ball one day and watched you.
It might go viral. If I recorded him working out, it would probably go viral. However, I enjoy having a gym because if it's super hot and we take taxis most days or whatever, I can still get in there, get some steps, because we literally just eat, and then when's the next meal to eat? So it allows me to be able to still get my activity in. So I'll walk you through it. You walk in. The only thing that I would suggest is if it is super hot out or if it's early in the morning and there's not been much airflow, I would always ask him to bump the temperature down a couple degrees, because it's already hot in there. And then when you start working out, like, whew, it was a warm one. So I would suggest asking them to turn it down if it's a little warm before you even start. They've got a stationary bike, 2 treadmills, and an elliptical. They also have the weights and a weight bench. In that same room, they will have some rolled up towels. They have a little bit of water there and some tissues if you do need them. And then they have a separate room right now. It's set up a little bit separate, I think, for just peace and, because they've got the workout balls and 2 yoga mats in there. And so, there was like one day I saw 2 or 3 people, because it is a small gym, but there was only one day there was 2 or 3 people in there, and the rest of the time there was none, or just me and one other person. So it's doable. It's fine. It gets your workout in for the day in case you're not going to have time to walk, or if it's raining and you're not going to get out for the day and you want to go to the gym and do a little more than this one does.
I have to say that is exactly how I remember it. Exactly. She didn't miss a thing.
I will tell you, I use Apple Fitness sometimes for a workout plan when I'm on the road, and the Wi-Fi is a little bit spotty in there, just like everywhere else. And so it would sometimes lag in the middle of my workout, just in case you are like streaming a YouTube video to get your workout done or whatever. Just know sometimes it's slow, or you may want to just download it so that it's already on your device.
The next thing that we're going to talk about, well, if somebody said, hey, you were there a month, would you go back? Well, if I don't, believe me, I love all these amenities. I don't have to have them in life, but what I do have to have is nice people around me. And the staff that's here, that's what we're going to talk about, the staff. Because there are a lot of them around here, and if you're here for more than a day or two, you're going to meet a lot of them, and you're going to interact with a lot of them. They are the best thing about this whole resort. The best thing, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, at first we thought, oh, we're at a Voco, which is a higher end IHG resort. And, Nikki got that diamond status from the credit card. So maybe that's why they're, being so nice or whatever. But then we really realized all of Dong Hoi is just super nice. And so the people are just nice, helpful. They might want to just talk to you to practice their English or just to make sure everything's okay. But they're so nice. They were so genuine. And, they would just help. They wanted to help do whatever. For instance, I talked about the laundry service. You could definitely have it done at the hotel. I'm sure it's immaculate and it's perfect and it comes back right away. It never leaves property. You don't have to worry about it getting lost. But I wanted to use off-site laundry. And so, interestingly enough, I never thought, because in Thailand, I saw a laundromat almost on every block, but not here. So I was like walking around town because I was going to do my own laundry. Because again, we're not used to staying in hotels. We usually Airbnb it. And I didn't see one out there. So The front desk was so nice. I would just take my
Unbelievable.
laundry up in a trash bag. I would tell them, I showed them the place that I wanted to go and to do the laundry, and they would call them. The laundry place would come pick it up. I would leave money at the front desk for when they dropped it off. And when we come back from dinner, I would grab my laundry. They'd give me my change, and I'd return to the room. And after the first time, I actually was like, wanted to use this laundry service again, but I had a few instructions I wondered if they could do. And the girl at the front desk was so kind. She literally wrote a note on a Post-it, like, not to use hot water and don't put the fragrance on.
Yeah,
And
don't shrink these clothes anymore.
they would staple it to the bag for me. I mean, just stuff like they didn't have to do all that stuff, especially since I was going to do offsite laundry, but they're just so kind. We were here during Tet, and a lot of stuff was closed off and on. Some were closed for 1 day, some were closed for 10 days. It was a gamble. So we would have them call restaurants before we would take the time to walk or order a taxi to make sure it was open. And they never felt like we were putting them out. They were more than happy to help. Sometimes they would be like, oh, let us call for you because it's Tet and they might be closed. Like they're thinking for us because they didn't want us to be inconvenienced when we got to town and if it was closed or not. And so just so helpful. Like, if you needed anything, we've got water in the room. If you run out of water, you call the front desk. We need more water. I mean, they just really want to make sure that your experience is the best that it could be. There's obviously nothing's perfect, but if you let them know about it, they do want to try to help you for sure.
We could do a whole video. I feel like I could probably just sit here and talk about the staff for the whole video because every day you're going to find people who make you smile. And they're genuine people. They're great.
Yeah.
You go to the front desk from the time you get out of the car to check in. And they're greeting you, and they're just wonderful. You get to your room, the housekeeping department that comes in every day, they're as nice
So
as they
nice.
can be. You're going to the kitchen every day, wonderful. The people working on the grounds, some of them, they don't speak English, but they want to say hi, they want to say hello, they want to talk to you. I can't say enough about the staff. The staff is just, they are wonderful people.
Would you say again?
Would I stay again? We stayed over a month this time. And it depends what time of year it is and what our intentions are. Because I might like to see some other parts of Vietnam. I might come here and stay for 8 days. I do it in 4-day increments, so we get the fourth night free. But I would come here maybe 8 days. And like I said before, would I come for all the amenities? I don't know. I mean, it's nice to be.
We want to see the
spoiled.
people again.
I want to see the people again. I really do. I mean, they were really, the best part of this trip for me.
Yeah, I would definitely come back. We have missed the kitchen. We have been here a little over a month, and we have missed the kitchen. Just having the convenience of just being able to do something in your room, or if you have a craving. But as far as our first month-long hotel stay, it was great. I felt spoiled. So I definitely would come back and stay. I would like to do it in the summer, so I could get in this pool every day that I'm sitting here looking at now.
Now, a lot of people would get in the swimming pool, but it was just a little too cool for me.
Well, the swimming pool would warm up the big swimming pool would warm up during the day with the sun hitting it. But we have these beautiful balconies that have these overhangs, so you're not getting beat by sun. And so the pools at the villas don't quite get very much sun, so they don't really heat up. But in the summer, I bet it's amazing.
Now, something I did find out, and maybe I would come back for this, is they have a presidential suite here. It's got 3 rooms, and they have an outdoor barbecue grill. And if somebody wasn't staying there every night, I could have snuck over and maybe barbecued on their.
Oh gosh! First month-long hotel stay as Diamond member, we're gonna get kicked out because Nikki's gonna go grill on somebody else's grill.
No, but it really it's a pleasure, and hopefully we helped you. If you have any questions about this place, or if you have any questions about getting the status, or we bought points to stay here because we bought it at a point sale where we got 100 times as many.
We've learned a lot. So if you have any questions about how we did it or how much it cost or any of that, please feel free to comment and we'll get back to you as soon as we can.
Yeah. And thank you so much for watching, and we hope you have a wonderful week.